What will it profit a man to gain the whole world? One day he go live and go. Why not stand on the truth? Why not stand on the truth? We know no man is perfect. Temptation day we know. But to stand on the truth. When they see yellow, say na yellow. Now you make you see so many judges today. Some judges they go blind.
Igbo mnuze Moses konkonye yazelo ofoye bugishi. The other person gabara. And I pray so. Because there is a scripture that said, I'm going to repay affliction to those that afflict my children. That's why it said, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. Nnamdi Kanu is our prophet. And the onya had tamper with the judgment here. Okay, wish. Meanwhile, you still have to pay a serious attention to this video because I also have other important information to share with you with the proceeding of the Biafra struggle and the Nnamdi Kanu release, which is at the table of the United Nations. There is a recent development, and I can tell you that this new DOS has been appointed by the Onyendu recently are doing absolutely nice. So I want you to pay serious attention and watch this video to the end. And if this is your first time coming across this channel, please do us a favor by clicking on your subscribe button.
The Amusu of the Chorobi, the Kwikwi of the Seraph, the dirty water. When they smell unless you shake them. Man will carry debt for pocket in the water. Man will carry debt, they do yanga. Man will carry debt, they do shakara. Oh, na me. Person they die 2 times. What will it profit a man to gain the whole world? One day he go live and go. Why not stand on the truth? Why not stand on the truth? We know no man is perfect. Temptation day we know. But to stand on the truth. When you see yellow, say na yellow. Now you make you see so many judges today. Some judges they go blind. Many judges they go blind because when they see the truth they cover them. To please politicians. When they see truth they cover them. To please politicians. See how they don't build house for judges. See how honorable member politicians they control judges in Nigeria. Judge, you know, they follow matter again. Magistrate, they follow matter. What do they follow? Magistrate, what they call? I am interested in this matter. Magistrate, NATO. I am interested in this matter. You go here again, and Justice Wachuku. I am interested in this matter. And Chief Justice Anele. I am interested in this matter. Now we hear. To talk the truth again, don't hard on her. To see white color white na trouble. To see blue color blue na trouble. Judges just they change. Judge no be judge again.
You see this Nigerian government, they think they can get away with crime. They think they can get away with everything they do. Most especially this Tinubu, the drug lord. The man who sold drugs in America thinks he can get away with everything. He thinks that when he comes here and unalive people and frame up people and use his money to frame up this person and jail them, he will get away with it. That is why I stood my ground and made sure in this government of United States of Biafra that justice will be served to Nigeria, or to Nnamdi Kanu. Justice will be served to Simon, our Prime Minister. I follow Dr. Masanga.
Please, before we continue with the video, do us a favor by clicking on your subscribe button.
To everything he was doing. I am in the United Kingdom. I don't hide my location. Dr. Masanga filed a case the moment Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya to the International Criminal Court of Law. They referred him to United Kingdom where Nnamdi Kanu holds their passports. And then they took this matter to court. The lawyer, remember, a prosecutor must come and defend beyond reasonable doubt. Prove your case before the law. But when Dr. Masanga took his case to the to the United Kingdom court, Nigerian government paid money to some crazy and hopeless lawyers to block that case from not being fruitful. So when David Masanga now went, with all the documents he has gathered, you know what happened? They told him they don't have enough evidence to carry on with this case. That they need a substantial evidence that Nnamdi Kanu was illegally renditioned from Kenya. Masanga left that case in London, went back to Kenya and started pushing. It go better for that man. It go better for him in family, though he said he has lost his wife. In children, anywhere they are, it go better for him. And this man went back and started gathering documentations, putting them in place. Filed a case against Nigerian government in Kenyan court for Nigeria to come and prove that Nnamdi Kanu was subjected to the court of Kenya before extraditing him back to Nigeria. Because the UK court said they needed evidence. You know, if a judge is passing here now, if a judge comes in here and see me commit a crime, and somebody arrests me, remember the judge saw when I committed that crime. The prosecutor must come and prove that case.
Please, before we continue with the video, do us a favor by clicking on your subscribe button.
If not, the judge will throw it away. Because you must be able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that I, Rose, committed this offense. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, filing a case or fighting Nigeria without any substantial evidence will be a failure of the law system in London. So, this man went back to Kenya, brought his lawyers together, and started pushing, fighting for the Kenyan courts. He was the one that engineered that Nnamdi Kanu victory. Made sure that the Kenyan courts sat together, came together, and looked into Nnamdi Kanu's case. That was by Dr. Masanga. I'm always in touch with this man. I speak with him, like we chat every single day. And now, judgment was gotten for Nnamdi Kanu, in which the Kenyan court said to the Nigerian state, you people did not subject this man into legal proceedings in this country before stealing him away from this country, which is Kenya. And so therefore, a penalty has been reached for Nigeria to pay Nnamdi Kanu and immediately release Nnamdi Kanu and return him back to Kenya, where he was unlawfully taken, and where he was lawfully a resident. You know, Nigerian government now, big boys and their money, they believe that there is money, that they can't, nobody will touch them. We are not, we are big boys. You know, I keep telling Biafrans these things for free. What Tinubu, that drug lord, money cannot do, does not exist, will not exist, and can never exist. And that is the simple truth. When this thing happened, they were bragging, don't worry, is it not? These people flout laws like no man business. And then Dr. Masanga, being a very intelligent and a very smart man, that was why when people were shouting Masanga this, Masanga that, I kept quiet, because I knew what was coming. I kept quiet. And each time I come to tell Biafrans, look at what is coming on, it seems as if I'm shouting. So I stopped talking about him and move on to other things. Because you people want action, sharp, 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 sharp. If you go through that route, that there are these four back people are telling you, oh, we don't see Abu Fulani fighting. Our people are on alive, they are on alive in our people. If we have gone through that route, well, life, Nnamdi Kanu will remain in prison up to today. We have passed armed struggle. We are now a government. So what we are putting forward to the world is documentation. So we are no more in armed struggle. We are no more delegitimizing Nigerian governments in our soil. They must leave, whether they like it or they leave it. They will leave, and it will get time where it will reach. That's exit, no good day again. All of them will be buried in Biafra land. Let me talk them, and I know they hide. So, Kenyan courts freed Nnamdi Kanu because the UK court has asked Dr. Masanga to bring evidence that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya. They needed a legal document, just like Finland told us. That Simon did not fight his case legally, that we should go legally if we want to get anything. So they needed a legal document to prove that Nnamdi Kanu was not subjected to any international court. Not as if that the United Kingdom don't know that Nnamdi Kanu was extradited. But lawyers and judges said they needed a proof from the same country that he was a resident. I don't know if my story is making sense to you people. But the layman will not understand where I'm coming from. And Dr. Masanga brought out all his lawyers. And remember, UN has given the order that Nnamdi Kanu must be released. And they flouted that order because they feel that they have some Aisha Muhammad in UN that can always do abracadabra for them. And Dr. Masanga brought that documentation of UN warning Nigeria about the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu, about the extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu, and to return him back to his country of residence and compensate him. None of them listened to that. And what David Masanga did was to compile all those lists, including the judgment of Kenya, and send it to British High Commissioner in that country, that this is it, we have beaten Nigeria. You know, remember, when that, when that judgment was given, they served Nigeria the notice. Judgment has been given, release Nnamdi Kanu and return him back to Kenya. Nigeria flattered that order, went and jailed Nnamdi Kanu on a repealed law. On a repealed law. And they jailed our leader Nnamdi Kanu. When they jailed man, I said, Nnamdi Kanu, what happened? They thought the game was over. And I kept calling, I kept disturbing the Masanga. Masanga told me personally that he's working with my government, which is the United States of Biafra. But don't worry, that you see that this whole case, he knows how to do it. He has done it for so many people. Rose, he knows me by my name. No jokes. He calls me his friend. When I'll post one of the conversation we had again, he calls me his friend. And this, they went back to United Kingdom, submitted the documentation, well received by the laws of United Kingdom. Oh, I'm so happy. Well received, with enough stamp and with enough lawyer that have been waiting to tear Nigeria into two. The reason why they delayed, there was a delay, was because Kenya has not given their it is good to be intelligent, it is good to go to school, it is good to be educated. That man is very, very educated. He calls name without looking at books. He knows people's name. Even he served under what is his name? General India Amin, General Amin. He served under him.
I know a lot of you might have seen me post our brother Rose. Yes, he's very intelligent and intellectual person. As a nkoye na-eme ka aja ekwiri ya, and that's onye eme nke ọma si sikwa so mere nke ọma, onye mekwe nke ọjọọ si ịkpọfụtakwa ya akwụkwọ ya si nke o mere na ọ dịghị mma, but kama asị na onye asị ya eji aka na nke oji na ọwụ na nke o mere dị mma, meaning that if he's doing well, we should send him his accolade. And I can still tell you that Mazi Rose has been one of those persons that have been advocating for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, release of Simon Ekpa, and the betterment of the IPOB, that's the indigenous people of Biafra. Yes, so whenever you come across his page, do well to pay a little attention, give your little attention and audience to him, because you always have something to say. And whenever you listen, you know that many people who are fighting the struggle of Biafra are highly intellectual, and they don't spit rubbish. No, they spit the facts. And whenever you come across all those people, you always know that Chukwu Kabiama is for them, because one, they don't take bribe, and they are always healthy, sound, and outspoken. That's how you're going to know somebody who is, standing with all honesty and sincere truth with Biafra. And Mazi Rose is one of them. Whenever he starts to compromise, you could see him start shrinking. That is the simple truth. Whenever you see them start compromising, they start shrinking, start sickening from one order to other, because fighting for Biafra is an oath that you don't know that you have taken physically or otherwise. Yes, so whenever you go across the code of conduct, something bad must happen to you. That's just it. So you don't have to fight a fight that you're not going to finish, and you don't have to fight something that you know that tomorrow you are going to compromise. And the Mazi Rose is one of them. So kudos to him. Meanwhile, with all he has been saying, he's saying the fact, and I pray that with the new DSS that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already appointed, they are absolutely doing a nice job. Yes, they are doing absolutely a nice job, and I pray in less than no time. It's still going to take time. Yes, it's not a rocket science, and it's not going to happen overnight. But everything comes gradually. A day begins a story. For Rome was not built in a day, so it's going to take step by step. But it's not going to be longer than we have been waiting it for, or longer than we'll be expecting. It's going to happen speedily. Yes, but the speed is still going to take a bit time, to actualize. So why I still call on every other Biafrans or indigenous people of Biafra, IPOPs, is to stay steadfast and keep agitating. And you all should not forget the Twist Tuesday, and always put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, onye ọbụla agbalịa na-etinyere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu onye ndu na ekpere, because one day, somehow, someday, we have to pray even for our loved ones and for our enemies, at least for them to see the next light of the day. Even the judge that just went blind, it's not our wish for her, to go blind, but nature always know how to pay whenever you do bad. Well, Share your own opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to share this video to all your social media platform, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if this is your first time coming across. Thank you and God bless.